No scalpers, no nothing. Straight from the source. Yes, sir. Hell no. What up, y'all? Six Element of Hip Hop. I'm your host, Reno Noir. This is your co-host, Stu Dog. What's good, Stu?
Peace. What's going on? What's up?
Chilling, man. It's been kind of a minute since you've been on the show, I think. Corey, salute. Slade, what up?
Yeah.
Was you on?
Well, you know,
Is you
I've been messing around in the world, man. That's all it is. Not crazy.
taking care of things?
Few family things, just family shit, man. That's all. Pandemic's over, man. So like, I guess the world is slowly waking back up, and everybody's getting out and doing things. So you know, that's just all it is, man. Nothing crazy though. Nothing crazy. But I'm back for the long haul though. So let's get it popping.
We had a little scare last night, yesterday, man. We thought we missed out on something crucial. We thought we missed out
Yes,
on.
we did.
Ooh, that would have hurt. Let me show everybody what we.
And while he's doing that, you know, the scalper game, man. I'm just putting this out there, man. Stop, man. Stop. Just buy yours and step off, man. Stop. You know, if you want, listen. We know Toys R Us ain't what it used to be, and they slowly coming back. But if you want to sell toys, open you up a toy store, take out a loan, do what you got to do, make you some money, man. Come on, get in the game for real. But stop scalping. Stop putting them on eBay for double and triple the price. You know, get yours and go. Let somebody else get theirs, man. Stop botting the sites. We can't get, you know, sold out in 30 seconds. You know, because if 100 people got on me with bots, stop, man. Just stop it, man. Stop.
Shit's retarded, man. It's retarded.
Yeah, it's sickening, man.
I feel you, man.
It's
it is. It is. It is. Matter of fact, you know what? So this is what we talking about.
Y'all hustling backwards, man. Y'all hustling backwards.
They
Think about it.
fucking the game up.
Yeah. Like, okay, something costs $50. I got $50 plus tax to pay for it. But then you put it on eBay for $100, and you want to ship it to me, and I gotta pay for that, and I gotta pay another $50 for it. Go and stop, man. We're not doing that today. Just
look at this madness.
Let somebody else get this. We did that. Oh man,
it's ridiculous. $219. So here's this shit just came out yesterday, y'all. Dark Side, DC Multiverse, the classic version, which we never got from Todd, the Todd father. He never wanted to give us the classic Dark Side. He finally gives us the classic Dark Side, and that shit is sold out within fucking minutes on every site, on Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, whatever. Right directly from Todd McFarlane's own shit. I mean, which that I don't get. How the fuck are you selling out? You make the goddamn shits. But anyway,
yeah.
They were all sold out on every one of the sites. And we really thought that we missed it. And because it said GameStop had them. But when we go to GameStop's site, they're not there. It's not there. It says we don't even have this item. So I'm like, fuck. So I told Stu, I was like, Stu, go check out Wade's comic shop, see if he got one. You know, you go to GameStop, go check and see if you can get one in the store or whatnot. And then boom. You checked on the website and they listed it. I guess GameStop just listed it late. It might be sold out by now. I don't know. But you can still get one on GameStop alone. You're not getting it nowhere else. I mean, nowhere else.
Yeah.
Less.
And McFarlane will restock. He'll restock sooner or later, but the initial run, the pre-orders are done. They're done, man, and they're all on eBay. So if you want to go on eBay and get one, I mean, it's a $40 figure.
And you can't bet
eBay
on
gonna
that
sell it for
restock happening either. Don't bet on that restock
right,
happening. That ain't necessarily gonna happen.
right. And so, scalpers, stop, man. Get a
Just
job. Do
stop.
something else. Open a toy store. Open a small toy store. You can do a little mom and pop toy store, man. Hook it up, man. Do you? But if you want to sell toys, get it.
But
That's
that's the thing.
dope,
Yeah,
man.
do it right. Get it official.
Yeah.
Get the
I looked
original.
at that Orion. That Orion is damn. They sold a whole set. That Orion is
Yeah,
hot, man.
yeah.
I just want that Orion out of there, man. That Orion. Damn, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope. That's fire right there, man. I like that. Damn.
I think they got a. I think there's a newer one. This is a really old version, but that might be the only one. What's this? This is all the new gods? Ooh, nah, that's some DC shit.
Okay, that's Miss Marvel. The
Yeah,
side. That's Spectre.
yeah,
The one
Spectre's
over
dope.
there to the right is Owlman. Don't know who that is. I'm trying to see. That's Venom or whatever. That's one of Batman's enemies. Cobra or Venom. Copperhead. The one that's on the left,
Copperhead,
that's
yeah.
Dark Side of the back. And then the one all the way to the left, I'm trying to see who that is. I don't know who that is, man.
They're like Tin Man with a
Yeah,
man symbol on his chest.
that might be one of the metal man.
Well,
I'm
anyway,
saying, yeah.
yeah, $300 is a nice price. But yeah, it's fucked up, man. You guys really don't have to do this scalping shit. Cause I thought about it too. When I found when Stu found this on GameStop and I went on GameStop and ordered mine, the briefest just glancing thought passed my mind, and I thought like, damn, like I should buy a bunch of them and sell. And then I thought about it. Wait a minute, think about that for a second. So if I buy a bunch of these, 40, $50, I would have to sell them for $100 just to double my money, just to flip it, just to make $50 or whatever. And going through all of that, ordering it, pre-ordering it, trying to, keeping track of everything, but putting it on eBay, the whole thing. It's like it's not even worth it. And then on top of it, the biggest part about it is I gotta fuck somebody over. That's the problem right
Okay.
there. It's one thing if I could
Yeah.
just make a buck. You're fucking somebody over because if I really need that figure, it's not available nowhere else. Now I'm forced to come to you, and you're forcing me to pay 2-3 times the retail price. So you're screwing me. When if you would have just fucking bought yours and went home, there would be some available for us all to buy retail. They wouldn't be fucking sold out in 5 minutes.
And the crazy part, they go in the stores and do it. They do it online.
Oh, they got
All
they
right,
got
look at it
bots.
like this.
They got motherfuckers that order the shit immediately. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They got
And the crazy
70,
part is,
50 different accounts because a lot of the sites, a lot of the stores will do a limit like 2 per customer. They just have 7 different accounts, and then they order 15 of them.
yeah, yeah.
Like, there's no
And the
way
sad
around
part is,
it.
yeah, and the sad part is, look at it like this. Like Reno said, he had an epiphany. Okay, you wanna make some cash. They sell it to the retailers cheaper than you buy it for. So why don't you just buy it from the retailer in bulk, and then you can sell it for the regular price and make you some money. I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
if they $40, GameStop probably paid what like $18 for one, or something like $15.
nah, they're not
So it's
making that much
retailing,
of a markup, but
it's
they're
retailing for
probably
40, but they're making
they're probably
something. But you gotta
yeah.
buy in
Oh
bulk.
yeah, yeah.
But you gotta buy in bulk.
Oh
So
yeah.
buy in bulk, like the big retailers, and sell it, man. Start you a toy store. Make your little mom and pop shop. But come on, man. Stop, man. Stop hustling backwards. Like it makes no sense. You're killing the market. And then sooner or later, nobody's gonna want to buy, and then you're gonna get stuck with all these figures and things you don't really want. It makes no sense.
So Norman Rad, Kang is scrapped as the big bad for the MCU movie. Yeah, he may, Ramatut, certain Kangs may pop up here and there out of different shit. But as far as him being the overarching big bad, that's definitely officially done now. Absolutely, positively.
Yeah, because I've been hearing that. I wasn't
Dunsky.
sure how true it was.
Well, they so Marvel Studios is scrapping the original idea for Kang the Conqueror, as the multiverse, yeah, as the big villain, played by disgraced actor Jonathan Majors, and going back to the drawing board for the upcoming Avengers 5 movie. The okay, Avengers Endgame was a colossal commercial and critical success for Marvel Studios, but much like the Infinity Stones themselves, it came at a cost. The concluding film in the Infinity Saga left Marvel's, the MCU without Iron Man, Captain America, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., even Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, and most importantly, Thanos, Josh Brolin. Done. And so that left, and comic book movie franchise, is only as good as its main villain. Let's be honest. You can have any superhero you want if they're just fucking around, like not, saving, old ladies who got their purse snatched. No one gives a shit. You gotta have a badass villain. That's what sells a movie. And studio, they had to figure this out. And post Thanos, Marvel Studios had to figure out how to, plan to follow up with someone just as nuanced yet intimidating, yet big and bad and menacing and universally effective. And I feel Doom was the obvious next choice, but they went to the guy that Doom toys with for some reason, Kang. But ultimately, that's what they settled on. And they felt that he could, one up the Mad Titan by threatening not just one universe but the whole multiverse. That they've he's more of a threat. He's nothing compared to Thanos. But Jonathan Majors was cast as Marvel Comics villain, debuting as He Who Remains. That's who he started out as, not Kang the Conqueror, in the Disney Plus series Loki. Right, then took on the main role in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And then, in addition to his appearance as the traditional Kang the Conqueror in the third Ant-Man movie and the Loki season 2, we saw him playing multiple variants of Kang, like Scarlet Centurion, Ramatut, like Norin mentioned, Immortus, and Victor Timely. All the different
Yeah.
versions we saw. Let me check my. Okay. The MCU was the plan was for the new Kang starring, the multiverse saga to lead up to Avengers the Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars, a two-part epic in the same mold as the Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. That kind of same thing. They were trying to go for that again. Then Jonathan Majors is arrested in New York City, charges of assault, strangulation, harassment, throwing the multi-billion-dollar franchise plans into chaos. And when I say multi-billion-dollar franchise, just think about that for a second. If I'm Jonathan Majors, bro, I'm cooling the fuck out in all realms, in all aspects of my life, bro. You know how much money is riding on you, how many people's lives, and shit got fucked up. Uh, I want to just address that in a second, Norm, because you got some great points there, picks there. But Jonathan Majors eventually was convicted of third-degree reckless assault. So as well as harassment. Didn't get any jail time, but was ordered to spend a 52-week long domestic violence intervention program. But Disney had already fired Majors, who was also dropped by his agent and representation, and appears to have been blacklisted by Hollywood in general. He's just fucked. And with his already completed film magazine dreams being dropped by his distributor. So his attorney said he's lost his whole career, and this has been the most challenging year of his life. Yeah. You should chill the fuck out, dog. You should chill the fuck out. Because even if you did something little, it's gonna get blown up. So you do something like
It
that,
is.
it's megaton. You're done.
It
Uh,
is. And
but
it
yeah,
happened. And it happened. And for the for the better part of it, his contract killed him too because he in his contract I heard that he said that nobody else could play Kang. It was
yeah,
his role, just in case something happened to him or whatever.
yeah.
And it doomed him, man. I really think Reno. And when you think about it, I really think Disney saw this last phase as being a failure, and the first chance they got to jump ship on him, they did and do something else because
Mm.
it just wasn't going well. Um,
Well,
the movies
yeah.
the movies they were coming out weren't people weren't feeling
Trust
them.
me,
They weren't liking the writing.
Marvel don't
The
see that
writing,
though. Marvel don't give a
no,
fuck
they
about
don't.
none of that. They
They
don't.
don't.
And that money they
And the
had,
main
that ball
thing,
was rolling, bro. They not
yeah,
finna.
and the main thing people keep complaining about is the writing. Just like you keep saying, they keep
Oh
writing
yeah,
about they keep writing about things we
we
don't care about.
complaining about.
We don't care about gender. We don't care about LGBTQ. We don't care about none of that. All we
That's right.
care about is a good story, well written, characters we care about, take us on a ride, play with our imaginations. That's what we want. And they haven't
Mhm.
done that. They've done just the opposite and it's hurting them. It's really hitting them in the pocket and they don't know what to do. They're stuck. Stop hiring people that don't know anything about what you want to make a movie about. Same thing like you said with Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy. Why would you hire people that know nothing about Star Wars to write about Star Wars? They have
Mhm.
no imagination for it. They don't see a vision. They don't have anything for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all this shit with Jonathan Majors, basically just left Marvel in a complete, in a bind, and they had to, they had already announced plans for the Kang
King
Dynasty
Dynasty,
movie,
yeah,
Secret Wars, and had spent months hyping up Jonathan Majors as the next big
yeah,
threat
they
to the
did.
MCU, and just, and so when the actor was dropped from the franchise, fans immediately wondered whether Kang would be recast or completely rewritten. And, reports indicate that it seems a bit of both. It's a show called Inside the Magic, and previously reported that, the fan enthusiasm to replace Majors with the Breaking Bad and the Boys actor Giancarlo Esposito, as well as rumors that the multiversal warlord may now be played by actors Coleman Domingo or John David Washington. But a new report
Mm,
says, however, that rather than replacing Majors with one actor, Marvel Studios wants to recast the role with numerous other stars. And this would be a
mm,
very smart move because what that does is it allows you to have the original Kang and not just fucking scrap that whole thing. Say, yeah, that happened. That's how he looked in those iterations in that universe. This is how he looks in this multiverse. This is how he looks in this universe. So by now, you can just change the way he looks by, you can just change the actor, change his look completely, changes gender, changes race. It doesn't matter because in this multiverse, that's how Kang manifests. In this multiverse, that's how Kang manifests. It's a
right.
move that Hollywood has used before in other multiversal type movies, but the comics have not really done this with Kang. But it would be something I could definitely see Marvel doing. And that was sort of their backup plan. And, one of these Twitter scoopers, Holly Field News, recently posted, said the Council of Kangs is going forward will be played by different actors, some that aren't currently popular in the industry. A well known high budget actor will be cast as Kang Prime.
Mm,
So that's just that guy's 2 cents. And if that's true, this means that Marvel is scrapping the original idea behind Kang the Conqueror that a single actor would play multiple variants of the same big bad, as most dramatically seen in the mid-credit scene, which a vast stadium is filled with different various Jonathan Majors's. So it kind of throws a little monkey wrench in the he looks different in every multiverse idea, because we've already seen
of
a
course.
jillion Jonathan Majors as Kang, but instead now Avengers 5 Uh, as Marvel is apparently now referring to the former Kang Dynasty. It was called Kang Dynasty. Now it's called Avengers 5 until we get something else. But may feature multiple actors with different levels of recognizability playing versions of the character. So some big stars, some not so big stars, maybe an Idris Elba, maybe a John Boyega, a Coleman Domingo, right? Like in that sort of different levels of that's kind of their idea. And it's something, like I said, Hollywood's done in other kinds of films. And apparently, the Disney this is what they like because it appeals to them. And for now, it appears that Marvel Studios has completely abandoned the original plan for Avengers 5 in Kang in general, as the Kang that we, and is hastily revamping, behind the scenes, and it better work. It better work fucking quick because the movie's scheduled release date 2026 coming up pretty fucking fast, and they don't have a
Really?
goddamn plan. Yeah, oh yeah. They're under crunch time, and you
Yeah, because it
know,
takes about
uh,
2 years.
DC,
Takes about 2 years to really,
right,
get it.
and
You got,
DC
to get it going. Yeah, it
and,
takes
and
2 years for the
DC
whole process.
Yeah, and DC is coming close on their heels, bro. Because I think DC might come with some shit. We'll see. They may just be competing with their next little venture, which we got a lot to talk about Saturday. DC's got some really cool shit going on. But so Jonathan Majors is fired from the Kang role, leaves the MCU without the main villain. We have the alternative villain, could be Galactus, who they've cast for the Fantastic Four movie, or may, be a part of that. I would love to see Doom and Galactus and fuck it, Kang, a couple big motherfuckers all being involved throughout the next thing because that's how it be in the comics. Secret Wars, they all fucking got involved. Everybody was there. Um, and Fantastic Four, we'll hopefully we'll see Galactus in their first movie, then team up with the Avengers with the Fantastic Four, team up, defeat Galactus using the Ultimate Nullifier, and now Kang the Conqueror's future in the Marvel universe, in the cinematic universe, is definitely way up in the air. But I did want to say the Beyonder, absolutely. Molecule Man, absolutely.
Yeah.
Way bigger and better than Kang. And dude, Molecule Man is fucking wildly underrated. That dude is
Bro, who
a
you telling?
god. That
Who
fool's
you
a
telling?
god. But yeah, so there's a theory from Marvel's Fantastic Four, presenting like the perfect replacement for Kang in the multiverse saga. Jonathan Majors, out, and then both before and after the movie, as well as in its mid credit scene, he was playing Kang, different variants, different versions. So we saw him in all these different versions, and he did a good job, but he's no more. And now the reason for that decision, that is what it is. But the main fucking thing is, what are they gonna do about it? Right? What's gonna happen now? And for some time now, Fantastic Four has been rumored to take place in like a different universe, a different time, the 1960s, right? And first the movie was thought to be set in the past, which still seems to be the case, as the official concept art and all that shows us that sort of classic, 60s vibe. But a character poster for the Human Torch showed the skyline of like a futuristic city. So it's not necessarily going to be set in the past only. It's going to be something involved with time. So it's going to be future and past. Like they're going to be time traveling. So I don't know where the main shit's going to be based out of, but we know they're going to go in the past. We know they're going to go in the future if the posters are to be believed. And
Sure.
this is obviously is where Kang or Kang's replacement would come in. And according to the Fantastic Four ending theory, the team would leave its universe as Galactus eats it, going into the main MCU, the Earth 616. So like that would be the reason for why the Fantastic Four hasn't been in the MCU yet, right? They were in the past, they were in this other universe. Galactus comes, destroys that universe, whatever, or they have to destroy the universe in order to kill Galactus, whatever, and that makes them leave that universe, and that's how they come to the MCU, the 616, which they call the MCU the 616. It's not even close to 616. I don't know why they do, but let's just for argument's sake, the MCU. And I'm cool with that. Like, Galactus is definitely confirmed as the main villain. Ralph Ineson, the guy,
But
the
what would he
voice.
look like? What would Galactus look like? Because remember the
Well,
last one we got, it was just
well,
a puff of
we
smoke.
just got a cloud. Yeah, no, he'll look like Galactus. He gonna look like
Right, that's
Galactus.
good.
That's for sure. But as far as his face, we'll just see his nose and mouth. It might be the actor that's playing him, although I don't think they should. I think they should go with something computer animated, just a real basic, plain, you know, real simple face, no real distinguishable features. How he looks in the comics.
Right.
Because the guy that's playing him has a very distinct face. Like his nose has got a very distinct nose. He's got a distinct chin. He's got a distinct face. So it wouldn't be a good fit for Galactus. Galactus, we know how Galactus looks. He looks, like just like a square jawed, very very iconic sort of like cliche comic book character.
Hmm. Yeah. See, that would be dope if they did that. But even that one was dope. That last one you just felt. That was with the planets.
Mhm.
When he was on the planet. Now, see, that looked like it's something that could come out of the movie. Like that looks
Well, no, they're gonna go. We're gonna see his face and all that. It's gonna be like this in the movie, like this. Like you
okay.
remember, you remember the Celestials? We saw
Yeah.
them. Just think the Celestials. If they gave us, we saw the Celestials' face. Yeah, they didn't have much of a face, but we saw their helmets. They were up close. We got to see them in all their detail. So it's gonna be the same deal. Same deal. Celestial. Just think Celestials. However they did that, that's how they'll do Galactus. That's everybody's sort of theory. But he's known as the devourer of worlds, but in the Fantastic Four, he might get a power boost in the MCU. He might be traversing the multiverse and devouring entire universes instead of planets.
Planets. Yeah.
You see, in the comics, Galactus goes around, well, Silver Surfer goes around and finds planets that have energy that he can consume, and then he comes to wherever he sends them, consumes the planet's energy, kills everything on it. Boom, the hunger is upon him again, and he's got to go find another one. And the great hunger is upon him. But the thing is, with the Fantastic Four, he would have to destroy their whole universe or be devouring their universe. And you know,
Mm,
while Galactus is very different from Kang, it is definitely, would not be able to follow the same general plans that Marvel had for the multiverse saga if Galactus is going to be the replacement, so to speak. And him eating entire universes and coming from the main MCU would create a more immediate threat to the franchise than Kang, and would make him, just that much, bigger of an issue. Because if he's taking out whole universes, right, that's a problem. We're already in a multiversal world, in the movie, so we got to stay multiversal. If we got this big bad that's just floating around, looking to eat Earth, it's like, cool, okay, yeah, which Earth? I'll bring 7 dudes from another multiverse to come here and whoop your ass or whatever. But he got to be bigger than that. So for the MCU, we're thinking that he may be consuming universes, not just planets. You know how the MCU does shit. They make everything their own. They alter shit, boost shit, buff shit, whatever.
Yep.
But while Majors, tried his best to make Kang the Conqueror and some of its variants all menacing and bad, his only MCU film as Kang ended up doing the character a disservice by the time it was over. Kang was being touted as the new Thanos of the MCU, which is a threat not only to the new Avengers, but to the other MCU heroes, but to the entire multiverse. But he was more or less easily defeated by the Ant-Man family, and Galactus as a universe devouring villain would be a much more harrowing threat or a bigger challenge for someone like the Avengers when just a couple of kids from the Ant-Man crew and like an old guy handled him. So we need those kind of stakes. And yeah, but according to this MCU theory, Fantastic Four wouldn't be able to defeat Galactus in their first movie. They would not. They would just be like made to flee, and they would go to Earth 616. He would follow them, but the Avengers, currently the Kang Dynasty, Avengers 5, would have the Fantastic Four getting help from the new Avengers team, whoever that's going to be, which I'm not excited about it, to stop Galactus. I'm not. It's gonna be like Thunderbolts, like a bunch of kids. I'm not even happy about it. But with the combined might of the two teams, in the Marvel comics, showing away, they pay attention. The MCU's characters, they should be able to handle it. I'm sure they'll figure that out and make it seem at least somewhat cooler or
Plausible.
positive. Yeah,
Yeah, plausible. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
But yeah,
I would like to see Galactus. I'm not
hell
too
yeah.
hype on the. I'm not too hype on the Silver Surfer female thing, but I definitely would like to see Galactus. Definitely
Yeah.
would like to see how they do that.
Yeah, and hopefully with the Silver Surfer, it'll be Norin Rad and Shalabal.
Yeah, it's true. Well, we'll.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, and but so how are they going to link? Okay, so we got Blade with Wesley Snipes supposed to be coming back somehow in Blade. Don't know how. Um,
Hmm.
they want to go with different Kangs, but the same Kang, but just different iterations of them. And
Maybe,
and they want to
probably
give us
not.
Galactus. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
yeah, and then they give us Galactus, and then we get a female Silver Surfer. Damn.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah, it's
is what it is.
we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. Oh, and don't forget Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts and Rock,
Um,
which we still haven't seen yet,
right.
and we still don't know who's gonna play him.
Yeah. Who? Rolk?
Yeah, who's playing Rock?
Harrison Ford.
Okay, so he's gonna be Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Remember we saying the other guy died. That played him. I didn't know he
Mm-hmm.
died. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Marvel's got to do something, They really got to do something. I mean, I like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good ride. It was 10 years. It was a very good ride. I liked it. Um, I'm hoping they can do something to resurrect this one and make it
yeah,
better.
we'll see.
Because as of right now, it's just it's just not. It hasn't been good. It's been watchable, but it hasn't been like when we saw it before. We were like, yo, like Captain America was like, yo, Iron Man was like, yo. But if you got to the end, why don't you just reset? Hit the reset button. Do a new storyline. Get us all new. We can get a new Iron Man. We can get a new Cap. We can just hit the reset button. Get all new actors. Start a new storyline and keep it moving. I don't get it. Or move
Mm-hmm.
on to something else. Do the Young Avengers. Let's move on to the X-Men. If
Yeah.
not, I don't know. I mean, give us the Defenders. Uh, I don't know. You already got
Hmm.
Doctor Strange. He can summon whoever he wants. Like it's a lot they can do with it, but Hollywood is just not that smart. They're not gonna do it. It's not gonna do
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, they might knowing Rad, they might delve into his origin, where he went by the name Galan, whatever, and yeah, he had his human. I mean, he does have a body. He's a human. He has a body. Galactus has a fucking body, like with organs and shit. They've gone into that like at some point, but Galan universe collapsed into ours. He still survived it, turning into Galactus. He's like the original being. um, but yeah, they did. Yeah, yeah. Annihilus would be cool. That's a whole. Yeah,
nah,
exactly. That's a whole
yeah, that would
wave.
be cool.
Annihilus
Yeah,
wave. Fucking yeah. Nullifier was very cheesy. Nullifier is super duper like just plot, just device, like just automatic, just because I said so kind of shit. Yeah, it's really cheesy. Um, yeah,
and even with the Fantastic Four, even if you don't give us like, at least give us Mole Man. Do something.
yeah,
If you're not gonna give us Doom and you're not too sure about Galactus, just give us Fantastic Four and Mole Man for now, and we'll keep it moving.
yeah.
We can get with it.
Definitely getting Galactus. But yeah, Mole Man or somebody would be cool to see some more characters. But we'll get more Fantastic Four. It won't just be one movie with them, hopefully. If they do it right, I don't think it's gonna take off, honestly. I think Pedro Pascal, I think the whole cast is I think the cast was poorly done. I don't think they were picked because they were the best for the role. I think they were picked because they were either popular at the time or, for whatever reason. But I
Right.
don't think it's gonna take off, but we'll see. But Fantastic Four, Marvel, if they're smart after this whole, politically correct MCU, whatever, whenever this whole Kevin Feige phase is over and like 5 or 10 years go by and they pick these characters back up to make them again, that's when I think we'll see the shit that us fans are really looking for. Maybe, but who knows? But maybe they'll figure it out by then. But anyway, moving on, because I do want to say that Marvel is doing some dope shit in the comics right now. I've been reading a lot of comics right now. Currently, the Ghost Rider, Final Vengeance, X-Men, Deadpool, Wolverine, World War III, fucking all the Energon universe stuff. But yeah, as far as Marvel, Get Fury, X-Men, there's a new joint, because we had Wolverine and Ghost Rider. They have come together and become Hellverine, and Hellverine #1 is dropping, and Marvel has turned Wolverine into a flaming skulled, flaming clawed Hellverine. During the run, it was a little event called Weapons of Vengeance. I've got them,
Yeah.
but yeah, a crossover basically spanning the Benjamin Percy Ghost Wolverine and Benjamin Percy Ghost Rider, and then this is also Benjamin Percy. But they combine the two, and you have the demon Mephisto, who's the one who struck the deal that damned Johnny Blaze into Ghost Rider, a wielder of pain and penance, but created by Bagra Ghul to make art out of punishment. But yeah, the demon made monuments to Mephisto out of suffering and death, and then he was grafted onto Bram Straub, was a child sired by cultists, as a vessel for Mephisto's will. And Wolverine and Ghost Rider cross paths for the first time when Bram, possessed by Bagra Ghul, attacked Wolverine. Years later, Logan and Johnny reunited to investigate a series of mutant murders. And this led them to the Weapons Plus, the US government's Weapons Plus Hellfire program. There's a dark priest, Father Pike, weaponized the demon and had Bagra Ghul possess Wolverine during the ultimate.
Mm.
Yeah, and just basically turned him into a mutant hunting monster. and flaming claws, flaming skull, just bananas. And Logan is controlled by Father Pike's dark magic, but he resisted serving Mephisto's will. But Ghost Rider, battled the possessed Wolverine, and then Brahm, this guy Brahm, after Bagra Gruul returned to its original host, only for the Ghost Rider's, damnation stare to cast Brahm and Bagra Gruul into hell. And all that remains is a twisted and tortured stone monument to their many sins, and one that was pecked at by birds to reveal a still burning flame within. And with the Hood taking over as the new Spirit of Vengeance in Ghost Rider Final Vengeance, the Hellverine rides again in a new comic, Hellverine #1. It came out today, and it's the first in a new 4-issue series from the outgoing Wolverine writer Benjamin Percy, and artist Julius Ota. The synopsis reads: "Ride to hell and back in Hellverine's first ever solo series because you demanded it. The return of the Hellverine when a demonic force known as Bagra Ghul first came to Earth. It brought Logan and Ghost Rider together to hunt before it possessed Wolverine. But now, in the present day, what event will pull the Hellverine back on the streets? And he is slashing his Hellfire claws for good or evil. And introducing the all-new Hellfire Warriors. Don't miss the launch of an all-new series brought to you by Hellverine co-creator Benjamin Percy and blazing hot talent Julius Ota. Ryan Stegman did a dope-ass cover. And I'm showing it to you right now. Check it out.
Let's see it. Dope it is. Let's see how dope it is.
Check him out.
Yeah, that's hot. Yeah, that's
That's
hot.
hot. That's hot. That's hot. Literally. Now you got some Mephisto action right there. I love the art, and this is really, really looks really rich. I like that. Hellverine on his killing machine.
Into hell cycle.
And he's going after him, and Ghost Rider are about to clash. See, I had thought that that Wolverine and Ghost Rider morphed and became Hellverine together. That's actually not the case. Uh, Hellverine is just Wolverine possessed by this demon. Ghost Rider's still Ghost Rider because they're actually fighting each other in a lot of this art. So
yeah, because the Ghost Rider is like the Doctor Fate helmet. It takes over your body, so the demon and Doctor Fate lives inside the helmet, the boot. So when he puts on the helmet, whoever the host is doesn't have control of their body. The demon
right.
does. So that's like Ghost Rider's the same way. Where he just, but that makes sense though. That's a dope concept. Why can't we get movies like
Yeah, I mean that's that is the question. That's the whole fucking question. Like they're doing good in the comics, they just can't seem to put the stuff to movies. Who knows why? But I know it's that bullshit. But yeah, yeah. Um,
this?
what you call it? What are we gonna talk about? The Acolyte, Spider Man. Hold on, let me move that. Let me move this. Right. X Men's Ultimate Form. Foxfire, Ghostface Killer. Yeah, we got to talk about Ghostface again. Oh, Masters of the Universe cast its live action He Man.
I
The
heard about that. Yeah, I didn't know how true it was. I was like,
yeah,
mm. And
yeah.
then don't forget
Oh,
Marvels.
so
Don't forget Blade too.
did you want
Blade
to tell him?
yeah, Marshala, whatever his name, Ali is
No, about He-Man.
exiting the role. Oh, He-Man.
Did you
From
want to
what
tell
I
him about him?
Oh yeah, yeah, we can definitely. Well, let's go. Let's take it back to Dolph Lundgren for a minute. Uh, a lot of people liked Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. Um, they loved it. Me personally, I thought it was all right. I just thought the story could have been a little better. But this new dude, what's his name? Nicholas Galestine or whatever it is. He looks like He-Man, like to me. Like like he looks like Adam. Like he looked like he can play Adam. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
Yeah,
what's his
yeah,
name? Galazine?
yeah.
I know I'm
Galatine.
butchering that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know I'm
Galatine.
butchering that. Yeah. But he
Wow.
looks like when you look at him, he looks like he can play like he looks like Adam. Like
Mm.
I'm like, damn. Like, when I first seen it, I was like, damn. And then they have for him to be I don't know how much he has to bulk up because he doesn't look real muscular. So I don't know what they're gonna do as far as that, that's concerned. But as far as
Yeah,
Prince Adam, shit, he look I can I can I can see that.
yeah. They can
I can
definitely
see that.
get him. They can definitely get him pumped up. Cringer salute. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren He-Man was made from set of Cyborg 2 that was never made, basically recycling props. Yeah, that's I heard that, and it was
Really?
a decent movie.
I
Is
never heard that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how Hollywood. They gotta. That money can't just go to waste. If they can reuse that shit, believe me, they use all that shit. Props, anything they don't use, get used somewhere else. There he is, right there. So this is the guy, Nicholas Gazegi,
Gaussian,
Galitzine,
Galizian, yeah.
Nicholas Galitzine. Yeah, and this he looks like Adam. There, I could see that as Adam in his
Yeah, he does.
blonde self. I don't know. I guess anybody can be Adam. I mean, he's got the super. What is he? What is he? Is he mewing over here? This guy like sucking his cheeks in, puckering his
Yeah,
lips and
look
shit.
at
I was doing the fucking Zoolander. He's doing the fucking Zoolander.
that.
Oh man, this guy is a character.
I think he's also supposed to be in Fantastic Four as well. Or they want him for Fantastic Four.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah, but I
I
know
mean,
he was in
he's not any of the four. I hope he's not. I hope they don't talk about him for Doom. Jesus.
and
Well, I
I
mean,
heard
hey,
rumors that they wanted him to play
yes,
Johnny
that,
Storm. They wanted him to, I heard rumors
nah,
they
he's
wanted
not.
him to play Johnny Storm. He's not
Nah,
gonna be
he's
Johnny Storm.
Storm's cat. Nah, Storm's cat. The four's cast already. The four are cast
Yeah,
already.
yeah, yeah. But he does
Yeah,
look
this
like Adam.
dude.
I give him
I
credit.
mean, I don't know. What does Adam look
But
like?
see,
I
he's
don't
not as
know.
big. At least though,
Yeah,
yeah.
hey,
Adam looks like
hey,
that. Like he's yeah,
there's
like
Adam. There's
face
Adam.
wise, he looks like Adam. He looks like he could be Adam, but he's got to bulk up, man, for this role. I mean, as far as He-Man's
He
buff.
Man. Check him out. He Man.
Yeah,
Check him out. Man at
yeah,
Arms and He
at
Man.
least at least
He
Dolph
Man.
Lundgren was buff.
He Man. You know, I think they'll get him. They can put on weight. They can put weight on actors easily, bro. All he's got to do is fucking look. Here he is, kind of buffed up. They got to. All you got to do is put him on some couple of shots of roids. Hit him with a couple of juices. Juice him a little bit.
Okay.
He'll be good to go. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he's been cast. That's just it. That's it. He's cast. It is official. You have heard correctly. It is true. Following the huge success of his Prime Video rom-coms, The Idea of You and Red, White and Blue, Nicholas Galazine is staying in the business with Amazon MGM. He's tapped as the star for He-Man live action that's coming out from Mattel Films. Get that. Mattel Films is a thing. And the long awaited details of the film's plot are under wraps, of course, but based on the iconic franchise from Mattel. It will be directed by Travis Knight, who is working from a script by Chris Butler. David Callahan, Aaron Nee, and Adam Nee worked on an earlier draft, but the Masters of the Universe will be produced by escape artists Todd Black, Jason Blumenthal, Steve Tisch, as well as the Mattel Films Robbie Brenner. Previously in development at Sony and Netflix, the film will be released exclusively in theaters worldwide on June 5th, a day after my birthday, next year. So, centering on the battle between, He-Man and, Skeletor, I hope, God, I hope it takes place in fucking Eternia in the time of fucking He-Man. Please do not take place in LA circa 2024. Please.
I agree. I agree. You ever
What
notice
the
that, Reno?
fuck?
They don't. You ever
I
notice
get
they you ever notice they don't do that no more? Like I don't know. Like when you watch, like they don't. All right, like when we do Green Lantern, it should be on OA. They shouldn't be on
right,
Earth. Like why would you be on
right.
Earth? He Man should be in Eternia. Uh, Transformers. Why can't we get Transformers on Cybertron? Why they always have to be on Earth?
Well, the Transformers thing I get because Transformers are iconically Earth vehicles, right?
Right.
Iconically, he's a semi truck. That it kind of makes sense. But I get your point. We need more Cybertron shit. I want to see way more action on Cybertron. Let's see, a good quarter of the movie should definitely be on Cybertron at least.
Like remember in the beginning of Bumblebee, how they did that? They did the
Hmm.
Cybertron thing. People went
Right,
crazy. People went wild. It was like,
and
yo.
also the animals one.
Oh yeah, Beast. Yeah, Beast
It's
Machines. They had their own planet. Yeah, you could do it there. Like they had their own planet. They were doing their thing. Like I mean, we don't get it.
we got to see Omnicron or what his name is, Unicron.
Unicron.
I was like,
Yeah.
hell yeah. But yeah, yeah, the
And that Unicron looked at like Unicron. That was a good looking Unicron. What we got
mhm,
in that those last couple movies just didn't look
yeah.
normal. It's good.
But yeah, it's official. The producer, Julie Rappaport, said officially, "We are thrilled to bring the beloved Masters of the Universe to life, and we couldn't be more excited to announce the immensely talented Nicholas Galantine as our He-Man." And joining forces with director Travis Knight, Mattel, and escape artists, this reintroduction of the character and his universe will be an epic film that will delight audiences from here to Eternia. Now, I hope that's just a play on from here to eternity, and that doesn't mean the movie is going to take place here and Eternia, for Christ's sake. Added the Marvel films, Marvel Mattel films, president Robbie Brenner. Mattel Films is proud to work with Amazon and team up again with the incredible Courtenay Valenti to bring Masters of the Universe to the big screen. We are thrilled to be producing alongside the highly respected and prolific Todd Black, Jason Blumenthal, and Steve Tisch, with the visionary Travis Knight and the charismatic and talented Nicholas Galitzine, our Prince Adam He-Man. They're just talking about Galatzine at this point. They're just talking about him as a rising star. They're just gassing him up. They want everybody to be excited about who's playing He-Man. They haven't told us who else is in it. They haven't told us where it's taking place. We have no idea if it's going to take place, in New York City or if it's going to take place in Eternia or what. But we can only hope that this time they had the budget and the foresight to know that you gotta fucking make that shit in Eternia, and hopefully that's what it'll be. Raw talk. What up? What up?
What's up? Sorry for the
Good.
lateness, the
What's up?
very lateness.
Nah.
Been
Huh.
traveling the city real quick, and it's
Word.
crazy out there in many ways than one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
a
But
little
yeah,
bit.
we were just talking about how they have cast the He-Man actor for the new Motu movie,
I don't know.
Nicholas Galantine. I don't know. I've never seen him in anything. He's been in a couple of Netflix things, but
Is he a diesel type character? I mean, like,
no, No,
We were just
he's
talking
not.
about that.
He's not at all.
We
Hopefully
were
they're
just
gonna
talking
juice
about
him
that.
up. Yeah, hopefully they'll juice him a little bit and put some bulk on him because He-Man's got to be massive, dude. I want him to be like a fucking bodybuilder.
Yeah, he needs to
I
be
want him to
that
be like he
Arnold
can't wipe his
Schwarzenegger.
own ass. I want him to be like this and shit.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I mean, I want them to do right by these properties, but it seems like everybody want to reimagine things in their own
Yeah,
way. I
yeah.
mean,
We're just hoping they make it in Eternia, not in modern times, and that maybe a wrestler like any
you know
wrestler would be
they
a
got to
good
start it off
He-Man.
in, they're going to start it off in Earth, right? They have to.
Why?
Why? Because Prince Adam's mother is from Earth.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the queen. Yeah, she is.
What?
Yeah,
She's
she
from
is.
Earth
What does
and
Yeah,
she
she
Earth
is.
have to
traveled
do with
to
it?
Eternia.
Yeah, the mother is. Yeah,
Well, they
she.
can leave that out.
She.
Like they've been
I
leaving it
mean,
out.
if they're gonna do a proper origin, they're gonna start off with Earth. She's gonna be an astronaut. They're gonna shoot her
Jesus.
out into space. Something happens with a wormhole or black hole. She ends up in Eternia, finds old boy. Then they
Yeah.
have Prince Adam, and Prince Adam grows up wondering how Earth was, and then he's gonna somehow find his way back to Earth. Watch.
Right.
I really hope
Which
they don't do that.
which will
I don't
then
think they will though, because I
which then once he gets to Earth, he'll be the second character, and some female will overshadow him in the movie, and
right.
Exactly.
everybody's going to complain, and it's going to be this,
It's just gonna
this
be
really
it's just
tough,
gonna be
street
about
smart
it's just gonna
Earth
be about
girl.
his
Yeah,
mom his
yep.
mom and Tila or whatever. That's what it's
Yeah,
gonna
so
be.
it'll be her
I don't.
accounts of the
What is the
adventures of
fascination
He-Man.
with Tila?
But no,
What
I'm just kidding.
what is everybody's?
They've cast He-Man. That's the only character they've cast yet. They're making a big deal out of it being He-Man. It's definitely going to be a He-Man, centric movie.
Yeah,
It won't be
if they
She-Ra
don't
or
do
none
it
of
like
that shit.
Lords of the Rings, I don't even want to watch
Right.
it, man, because it got to be on.
Yeah,
It got to be at that level. Because
yeah,
Lord of the Rings was definitely a nice adventure. It takes place in that time zone with
yeah.
barbarians and wizards and stuff. Like you got to have it,
It
man.
feels like it's in that world. It don't feel like motherfuckers from Earth dressed up in costumes. That's what.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And remember, also, Eternia is more. It's wizards
it's
with
like
technology.
technological. Yeah, with
Yeah,
yeah,
wizards with technology. So
yeah.
I mean, it'll be something
So
cool if
yeah,
they keep it there. You know what I mean? Keep it
yeah,
in that world.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, they're gonna throw in the mother being from Earth. They got to.
Yeah. Well, the Masters of the Universe and TMNT are also combining forces to battle their dreadful foes in the comic book crossover. I don't know if you guys have seen the toys. I've been seeing this shit in Walmart and shit like that. They have the Master of the Universe and TMNT Turtles of Gray Skull.
I'm not feeling those toys, man. At first they were very colorful and they look cool,
Yeah,
but
they're colorful, but
but what are you gonna do with all the characters? How are you gonna match them all up? It's not gonna look. It don't look right, actually. It's just
well, let
like
me show them
they
how it looks.
they just want to make money, man. That's all it is. It's about the money. It's all about the money. Mattel, they want to make the money, man. They don't care. Shoot,
Nah.
even Bobby Vallis said at some point if they approach him wanting to do Action Force Turtles, he's gonna go for it because that's money. I'm like, and they'll prostitute themselves out to anywhere. You got turtles
Why the fuck
everywhere.
is this thing not coming up? There we go.
You got
Um,
turtle transformers, yo.
so
Yeah, you
so
do.
and it's called Turtles of Gray Skull.
Yeah, as soon
It's
as they do turtle
they
GI
got the
Joe,
toys, but this is a comic now to go with the fucking toys.
yeah.
But yeah, GI Joe and Transformer crossover. So of course we got a
But if they
crossover.
do a GI Joe
Everything.
Turtles crossover, I'm going to Hasbro, and I'm going. Whoever came up with that plan, I'm going, and I'm going to stomp them out personally. I'll
Yeah.
risk 4 or 5 years in jail just to stomp out the motherfucker who just destroyed my childhood with some dumb shit.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
You know, I'll tell my sons, look, I'll be doing 3 to 5. I'll be out, but it's for a great reason.
For a good cause.
Had to stomp a motherfucker out. They
Yeah.
was in the boardroom
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
yeah, G.I. Joe, they're green. The
These
turtles
covers
are green.
suck.
Let's put them together.
I mean, these covers really suck. This is ass. This is ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet the inside ain't much better. This cover's really good. It looks really good, except for the stupid theme. I mean,
Mike.
look at Mikey's got a wig on. What the
Yeah,
fuck
he's
is going
supposed to
on?
be the He-Man of that
Right,
turtle He-Man.
right.
I don't know how they do
Turtle Eternia.
You got
Yeah.
Raph back there. He's the dude with the no neck,
that.
smashes his head.
Mechaneck or
The guy
Ram
smashes
Man?
into shit. Ram Man. Yeah, Ram Man.
Yeah, he's Ram Man.
Fucking
Yeah, you got Ram Man, Ram Man. I guess he's
Ram Man
He-Man.
and E-Man. I don't know who the Leonardo.
The
I
other
think
two are,
Donnie
yeah, I
is
don't know who.
Man at Arms. I think Donnie's Man at Arms. Yeah, Donnie's Man at Arms. As you
Who
can
is
see, he's got
Leo?
the thing. I don't know who Leo is. I would have thought Leo was He-Man, but clearly Mikey's He-Man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
would he be
Yeah.
Fisto or something?
Hmm. He's not
He got a
Stratos.
sword.
No,
He's
you know
not
the
Stratos. He's got a sword.
not Fisto, the Asian dude. He's like a samurai. What's his name?
Oh yeah, but he's on the evil side.
Oh,
What you
okay.
call it? I know.
Damn, they were
He
racist.
he
as
has
fuck.
chop.
Yeah, they were
they just
racist
messing.
as fuck.
This is all a
They
money
never
grab.
would have let the Asian dude be on the good guys team back then. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's true. That's not even that long ago, y'all.
Yeah, this is a money grab, man.
Yeah, this is sick. This is sad. This really is gross. It doesn't excite me at all.
I mean, the Batman and the Turtles comic was decent, but it was just like, all right, I'm done.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, it is funny.
But
Yeah,
man,
they match Turtles up with anything nowadays, man. That's the crazy part.
Don't worry, we're gonna get Turtles and Star Wars. Don't worry, we're gonna get it.
Damn.
Yeah,
we're gonna get Turtles.
Well, they got Turtles and Transformers. So,
well, speaking of mashups and crossovers, we have McFarlane has announced via comic book that his McFarlane Toys will be collaborating with Marvel to bring some of his iconic, amazing Spider-Man covers. As far as like some more 3D statue-like figures, posed figures that they call them, kind of like he did back in the day with his Spawn stuff, where the characters kind of like they're already posed. For some reason, they're like their arm will move, but it's already bent in a shape, so it only does this, or they're completely fixed in a certain position. But for some reason, they can move, but it doesn't. They look ridiculous if you move them at all. So I don't. Everybody used to complain about McFarlane because the toys looked amazing. They looked amazing, but their articulation was non-existent. So we're going back to that shit. And he's got some dioramas with some little backgrounds and like a bottom that look really cool. Like, his iconic, Spider-Man cover. Like I know one of them he's redoing is that. He's got some the first wave rather are gonna have some amazing Spider-Man artists like Steve Ditko, John Romita Sr., and Jim Lee, and Liefeld. But he'll give an update, this summer and everything, but or rather it launches this summer. But
they showed it. He was live at one point, and he showed them. He showed
he showed him on his show on his upcoming or his I think it was a comic book. It's called comicbook.com or something like that.
Mhm.
It was an interview or something. But I have the interview and the
Mm,
toys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
and
it.
Stu, I know you've seen them already.
I think it'll be dope. I think
yeah, I've seen
this would be dope because
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can't wait.
I like statues myself. I'm gravitating more towards that as far
Mm,
as like my fix, because
mm.
buying action figures is like okay, you pose them or whatever. It's like a statue anyway. See, like look at that. That looks sick. I
Super
like that.
dope.
yeah, dude, yeah, we were talking
I'm
about
def-
how yeah, we were talking about how
yeah,
dope that looked. I
yeah,
was like,
definitely
damn,
getting
that's
it.
that dope. We got me
And
right.
then there's this one. Where's that Spider-Man one? He had a Spider-Man one. Where's that shit at?
Yeah, that cap is dope. I'm gonna have to get that cap.
The fuck is the Spidey
It's at
one?
a
He had?
fair price, of course.
Yeah, exactly. But hopefully it will be a decent price.
But you know the statues that are imposed position,
All right.
they display well.
Oh, you mean these shits?
Yeah, like I got even with my GI Joe, they display well. You know what I'm saying? You got
So
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
so they display well, yeah, but you can only
look my
display
son.
them one way. Yeah, I have that one too.
Yeah, they display very well. I mean, and that's what you want, really. Honestly, if we're
See,
gonna be honest about it, if we're putting
look at that.
characters in poses.
Look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the spawn.
Yeah,
Mandarin spawn. Yeah,
Mandarin. Yeah.
that's a sick figure, man.
You know,
And that's the what's her name? I forget her name.
I forget her name, but it's a really highly
Not Witch.
detailed.
That's Witchblade.
Yeah, yeah. But she can't
Witchblade.
move. She can't. She for some reason.
Or
What's funny
when
is that they have articulation. That's what I don't get. I think you should just make it a fucking statue. I don't get the articulation for no reason.
yeah.
But this guy, this is funny too. It's like the way that look. I mean, if I could show you, I can't probably show you, but some of the joints. I mean, look at that shit. And then
Yeah,
the
it's
head is bent. He's just neck is permanently bent down like that.
mhm.
Mm.
I think with
You can't
McFarlane,
do this with him.
to have it in the action figure category, he had to put some articulation in it.
Yeah, yeah,
But because I
yeah.
guess
But people were mad for a while, and then he started doing articulation. Then
yeah.
now McFarlane does. I'll give him that. We buy his multiverse shit now, but yeah, he's got some spawns that he does full articulation.
Mhm.
His ankles are weak as fuck.
Yeah.
They
It's a
are weak.
problem.
Yeah, they
It's a
are.
fucking problem.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
problem on all his shit. Like be it the Mortal Kombat or the DC multiverse, and like the ankles fucking suck. They're super weak. You can definitely not pose them in a lot of poses. But yes, I agree with you on these motherfuckers. These the statues, the figures with the what you call it. But the thing is, I'm not a statue guy. I'm more of a figure guy, just because of the fact that yeah, it displays a certain way, but I like to be able to display it in other ways. I like to be able to
Mhm.
change the pose. I like to be able to, pick it up and move it, play with it, set it up in different situations, different scenarios, have this guy next to this guy over here, maybe make a team over here, maybe you have a villain fight, over here, whatever, and that's part of it for me. Like the statues look amazing. You can't argue, nobody can argue. The statues look way better than the figures.
Yeah.
That's 1,000%. They're always going to display better. It's just, what do you want? Do you just want display pieces, or are you really into toys? That's the difference. It's a big difference. Like if you're just looking to have statues around your house or display, have your shit like real classy and something cool like that, then statues are the way to go. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And if you're, trust me, like if you're 45-year-olds, you want to keep your toys to yourself. Maybe out in your living room, you might have a statue or something like that. You ain't gonna have no toys displayed in the fucking den, but
No.
statues all day. But yeah, it's a different thing. It's a different thing. It's two different.
But then
You can't.
again,
To me, it's apples and
depending
oranges.
on who you, right? Depending on who you are, you might be able to get away with it in your den. and how your setup is. You might be able to. I seen a guy do that one time. He had the WWF, that series when we were kids with
Mm.
Junkyard Dog and all. He had a
Mm.
guy go find all of them, and he had this like he had this. I'm not gonna lie, he had this funky lit shelf in his living room, and it had the names of all the characters. And he had all of them. He got the ring, everything, and he had a party, and they were in the party in his living room, and it was lit up. They were drinking, they were going in and out the screen, the sliding glass door. It was funky the way he had it, but
Mm.
he lived in L.A. too, and I'm gonna keep it. I mean, you gotta have money to display it like that, man. But
Yeah.
like Reno said, you can't like if you got a normal living room like most of us, you can't put it in there. But the way he
Mm.
had it hooked up, it was
Yeah,
dope.
you gotta have
And
the
I
L
will give it to him.
built-ins with the illuminated lights that
Yeah, his joint
boom
Yeah.
was
change colors and
yeah, his joint was really,
yeah.
really yeah, his joint it was a sci-fi show and it taught I forget what it was, man. And they had this guy would go hunt and like hunt down like rare toys for you.
Mm.
Um and the crazy part was this one guy wanted Star Wars. He wanted the whole Star Wars first run of Star Wars toys. He wanted everything. And I mean
Mm.
everything. And the guy found it for him. Guess where he found it at? New Jersey. There
Dirty
was a guy in
Jersey.
Bordentown. There was a guy in
In
Bordentown, New Jersey.
Bordentown.
No lie.
Oh,
There was a guy in Bordentown, New Jersey who had that first one in mint condition. This is the crazy part. The
Mm.
guy
South
said that
Jersey, man. South
he
Jersey
said
got it
that
all.
he said him and his dad collected them, and what they did was they would get like two or three of each. And he
Mm.
said my dad always gave me one to play with, like So
Mm.
he said I had one, I was playing with him, and so he said, but the other ones he just packed away. But
Wow.
when he was looking at Chewbacca, I never noticed it either. I didn't know that when Chewbacca came out, he was completely brown. I never knew that,
Yeah.
except for the painting of his face. The guy, when he was a kid, he painted the Chewbacca, the
Ah,
sash on him. He painted
Mm.
it silver. And when the
man.
guy was looking at it, he was like, "Yo, it's something up with this figure. I don't know what it is. Why does it look so different? Looks so weird." And he googled it on eBay, and he said, "Oh, you painted it." And the guy was like, "Yeah, what's wrong with that?" He was like, "Well, that devalues it." He said,
Yeah.
"I think it makes it add more value." He said, "It looks
Yeah.
cooler." It did look cooler.
Yeah.
It did look
Yeah.
cooler, but the guy was
Oh,
like, "I
I've made a
can't.
lot
I
of my
can't."
figures look cooler with paint.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And the guy was like, "I can't." But he gave it to him at a discounted price. But when he called the seller, I
But
mean the
don't paint
buyer,
your vintage toys, guys. Please.
yeah, the buyer was like, "Nah, I'll just get an original." And he got an original. And he came
Yeah.
back, had it set up in his. He had the whole. Now, the price of that whole collection was astronomical. It blew me out the water. I wish I
Mm.
had a
Oh yeah,
whole first
Mm.
run of Star Wars in mint
bro.
condition.
I was
I
telling
mean,
my
he had
wife the other
every
day.
single
Well,
thing.
Same.
actually, I was telling my wife last night. I was like, "Look, we come into some astronomical
Ooh,
amount of money." She's like, "What you gonna do? You gonna go crazy? Money makes you go crazy." I was like, "Nah, I got a plan." Oh,
that
that's
kitty
crazy
Yeah.
ride is
right
hot.
there. Oh, what's her
That's
name?
hot. That kitty
Wolfbane,
ride.
right?
Wolfman, yeah, that's
Wolfman.
hot. Look at that wolf. That's hot.
I
Yeah,
had to paint her. I had to paint her eyes all white because they wanted to give her pupils, and this shit looked corny.
yeah, yeah. Because
And
she's in her ferocious mode. You don't see the pupils.
yeah, and I chromed out her belt, and I chromed out her little ring on her chest, and there's like a zipper. You can see it.
Yeah,
Let me get it.
that's
This
dope.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they put her in the later X Force gear, or was that the first X Force gear? Because there was two. She was in two different. Yeah, I think that was the. I gotta look at my comic, but yeah, she looked crazy right
See,
there.
they even put her right there with no eye, with no pupils.
Yeah,
No pupils, yeah.
that's what's
Yeah.
crazy about it.
Yeah. But yeah, the
It's a
ring
cool
on her vest, on her neck, and that little zipper, I chromed
Yeah,
that shit out.
yeah. But yeah, I
So,
told my wife, I was like, "Look,
look,
I have a house in a big ass garage. I have
cable.
the 18 van and
Cable.
all the other
That's what I
vehicles
want.
from my childhood."
Hell
I
yeah,
sit there
bro.
18, man. I
Yeah.
would
The
too. I
turtle
have a
van, the
Batmobile
18
out there.
van. Hell yeah.
I have a Batmobile out there too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have the 66
Yeah.
Adam West joint. I'm gonna have the
Uh,
Temple
I'm, I'm gonna
and
have
the
the one from
89
Batman
Batmobile.
Forever. I'm gonna have the Batman Forever one out there.
Oh
That
shit,
Val
you said
Kilmer joint. I'm gonna have that
Batman.
one.
You like that one with the lights?
Yeah,
shit,
Oh no,
man.
no,
I'm all
Yeah,
about.
that was the George Clooney one.
I got the
yeah, that's
Keaton
the
Jones.
one. No, no, not that one. The one that Val Kilmer drew.
Oh, okay.
I gotta have the
Yeah.
classic. I gotta have the
And
Keaton.
then I had somebody construct the animated series version.
Ah,
I'll be rolling in there. They'll be like, "Yo, what
that's
the?"
the ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, this wave is
Alright, what paint?
it looks nice. I mean, Cable, I'm super excited for it. Cable,
Yeah, I'm
he's just
excited for
about to,
Cable too.
Oh, so they
yeah,
about. Oh, okay.
he'll be soon. Icarus, that's the Jack Kirby version of
Yeah,
the
that's the best
Eternals.
one.
It looks dope. Yeah, it looks dope. If they had a whole wave of the Eternals, I would definitely think about getting them because that Jack
They should
Kirby
have been
version. Is
smart. They
dope.
would have made more money if they left the MCU version alone and just did the comic version. They
Of
would have
course,
made tons of money hands down, but they dropped the ball.
they don't understand. They don't
I
understand.
don't understand, man, because that the Eternals, the classic version cartoon, is the way better, way better.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Icarus looks dope.
Yeah,
They just
Icarus do
need
look
that
dope. He look
That
hard.
X Men 1963 though.
Mm-hmm.
If
They
they do
got
that, I'm collecting all of them. I'm collecting all. They do the 63. I get
yeah.
all
I'll
of them.
come out of
Each to everybody.
retirement from Marvel
Yeah, I
Legends.
cut. Yeah, I get all of them. Yeah, I don't get many Marvel Legends, but the ones I get, I like. But if they came out with those, oh, I get those.
Oh yeah,
I make one with my man cave for those.
Iceman
I'll
with
get them.
boots on. He looking like
Iceman.
a
Yep.
snowman. Come on, baby, you
Yeah.
gotta get that.
Uh-huh.
The Beast
Yeah.
without
Well,
blue
cause
fur.
with just with skin tight suit with his feet.
Yep,
Yeah.
and they could do
But
two
Iceman,
versions.
but Iceman originally covered himself in snow. It was in a later
That's what I'm
iteration that
saying.
he covered himself with
He
ice.
was a
Yeah.
snowman.
Yeah, when he covered himself with snow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he used to
Yeah.
have a powerful snowball.
Yeah.
Joints. Yeah. And then they had the second version. Like, all right, the first class was in the student uniforms at the back at the mansion. But then they also had the other ones where they had the red and blue. I have the comic. Fuck man, I gotta have my comics around now. But I have the comic where they had all the second costumes. Because they didn't have the original. Everybody thinks the other ones with the yellow visor. No, they had other costumes before that. The first class. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. Like, matter of fact, maybe you can pull it up and see the second costumes, the first class second costumes. But yeah, man, they can do so
Yeah.
much at Marvel at Hasbro with Marvel Legends. They just choose to go whatever route they feel. I mean, that's on them. You know.
They trying to go with what sells. What they think is gonna sell.
Yeah, what they think is going to sell. But then what I always say, what these companies should do is put out a poll. It doesn't cost much. They got the websites to do it. And when they put out
See
a
what people want.
poll, you say, okay, we got these teams. Which teams do you want us to produce? And then they could put the teams up there. Okay, you got the 63 X-Men. You got what's another team? You got the 60s Avengers,
Fantastic Four.
everything. Fantastic Four, all the earlier, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had them, but they had another one. I got this comic with the Mimic. They had another costume. That was the class costumes. There was another try to go through the comic. Number 15. Was it 15? Nah, that's somebody else's rendition. Hold on, let me look. I'm gonna check it out real quick. Yeah. but they
Well,
could.
yeah, the X-Men is definitely looking good in the comics right now, man. They definitely their 5 year long Krakoa era is officially over. But as they sort of
Man,
face and defeat their ultimate threat,
Okay.
the
I'm sorry. I'm
eh,
sorry, bro. I had to do this. It's
what?
the X Men, number 39. The comic book is the number 39, and that's what new costumes and new thrills. And you'll see the
And what about it?
huh?
And what about it?
You'll see those costumes, how they did those costumes, and that's the one they also should make for Marvel Legends.
I can't look inside of it, but
No, 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 no. It's the
you can
cover.
look at the
You'll see the
cover.
cover.
I think it's just Cyclops on there, but let
No,
me
it's
see.
Cyclops, and then you see the angel in the yellow right there. See it? The first that one right there. Boom. That right there.
Uh huh. You like
Yeah.
those?
Now, if they did those two, come on, that's crazy. That's right after the first class. There's
Yeah,
three.
I like the Miss Marvel one.
Yeah,
yeah, I do too. Yeah,
Oh.
I think that'd be dope. They would have made so much money last year because it was 60 years of the X-Men.
Yeah,
Fucked up, man. They
yeah,
fucked
yeah,
bad.
yeah. They'll never get the X-Men right in the movies.
Yeah,
They won't.
yeah.
That's just
That comic, that it's a dope ass comic too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah,
in the
gotta check
comics,
it
they're
out.
always good. I think X-Men, comics are always dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The rise of the powers of X is what they're doing right now. You got Jean Grey going against Enigma, and which is the final godlike form of Mr. Sinister. And
Mm.
Essex has become a dominion and an AI god that's too powerful for the laws of time and space. Is basically that's the main threat right now. And basically looking to wipe out life on Earth. Period. Altering the timeline in a million different ways just to fuck shit up. And now the Phoenix is reborn and has managed to track Enigma down and summon all the mutants who ever lived into a single flaming form powerful enough to take him out. And it's amazing. It's stunning to fucking behold. In a perfect nod to X-Men fandom, the new Phoenix form includes all the different heroes like Storm, fucking Iceman, Magneto, Ms. Marvel, Kitty Pryde, Nightcrawler, Cyclops, Siren, you name it. Like all the fucking classics, all the fucking side ones, all of them. And that's how they take down Enigma. And then you have these three claws, like Wolverine type claws, and it just comes through and it says every mutant who has ever lived in any dimension, and just fucking Zeathens his ass. And for the last 5 years, the comics have been set within the Krakoan age, is what we call it. It's a time in which all the mutants of the world had been banded together, formed their own sovereign nation, uh, took control. All world governments had to fucking lay down and respect them, and then gradually, the fans learned that this nation was just the first part of a plan spanning hundreds of years that Professor X, Magneto, and Moira McTaggart had seen in the future. And they knew that a godlike artificial intelligence would drive mutants to extinction. And we see that right in the House of X, Powers of X, bro. Yes, it's laid out. And so now that the Krakoan age is done, fans know everything, and as it's revealed that the human Nathaniel Essex, aka Mr. Sinister, set in motion a plot to evolve into a dominion, becoming the god known as Enigma. And Enigma is the ultimate life form, another one of these, mega, god, beings. And it would seemingly be impossible to defeat it, right? Like how they all are when they come out. And no matter how the X-Men try. And the issue is that, well, here we have the Phoenix that's been reborn, and it's now in its most powerful state that we've ever seen the Phoenix. It's linked to Jean Grey and every mutant in Marvel continuity, thanks to the efforts of Hope Summers, the mutant messiah. Phoenix faces down Enigma, who begins to mess with the timeline, making small changes designed to destroy Jean and the X-Men and eventually all life on Earth. Then the Phoenix, is running to fix all the changes, but is trying to keep up, until Xavier finds a way to connect the two through Moira McTaggart, which allows the Phoenix to face Enigma one-on-one. Now, what follows is a staggering show of power as Jean Grey connects to the White Hot Room, which is a mystical source of creation at the heart of Marvel's universe. It's been in a bunch of shit. And doing so gives her access to every single mutant ever born, ever in history. And all their combined powers rip Enigma to shreds, leaving him, the god, trapped in an eternal moment of death, strewn across all time.
Mm.
And there's still some stories left to tell in that Marvel Krakoan aid, and they will seemingly serve as more of an epilogue. But since this is the moment that the X-Men vanquished their greatest threat, with Storm at the same time destroying the ultimate Sentinel Nimrod over the fall of the House of X. Because remember, there's two things going on. There's Rise of the House of 10, or Rise of the Powers of 10, and Fall of the House of X going on at the same time, just like House of X and Powers of 10 were. And bro, if they did this kind of shit in movies, motherfucker, that's how you want.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can get with that.
The story begins with Enigma summoning an army of Dominions to kill the Phoenix, an event which seemed to confirm the true hierarchy of Marvel's cosmic power. Marvel had previously confirmed that Dominions are among the top 4 most powerful beings in existence, the 4 Dominions, and fearing, only Phoenix and Galactus. But that's on an individual basis. And Enigma was confident that a Dominion army could easily kill the Phoenix. Ultimately, the Dominions reveal that they have no quarrel with the X-Men, and they've ascended beyond pointless aggression, and it's beneath them, and they just leave Enigma to his fate, against, the reborn Phoenix. Now, the power level of Marvel's Phoenix Force has very, long been unclear. It's not been defined. It's different, depending on who's telling it, and blah, 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 blah. But since it exists in the very upper tier of Marvel lore, that's where shit gets hazy with power levels and shit like that, with all their big cosmic god entities. And the Phoenix represents the act of creation, right? The spirit of progress. And, has often been used as a metaphor for the creativity that defines Marvel's storytelling. And it also exists on multiple planes of reality. Every reality has its own Phoenix Force, but they also connect to a singular Phoenix entity that exists beyond the multiversal level. And in this comic, Jean taps into the Phoenix in its purest form, experiencing its cosmological moment of creation, and a major moment in Marvel's timeline called the ignition of the White Hot Room. And this is the Phoenix at its most potent. which claims it says every mutant's soul burns eternally in me, feathers and wings beyond comprehension. Our talons focus the totality of mutant kind. I am every mutant now and forever. So every mutant ever fucking in existence that ever was conceived, that ever happened, and ever will happen, they're all in the Phoenix. And the issue is clear that the Phoenix still has some limits, since it only lives within the confines of what exists. And Jean wouldn't have been able to find or defeat Enigma without Xavier creating a connection between the two. So indeed, this is the reason that Dominions give for feeling, no animosity towards it, saying, they said, "You are now and forever. We are outside that. There is no overlap." And this essentially establishes the Phoenix Force as the ultimate form of power within the constraints of time and reality. And, while the Dominions rule the timeless and indefinable shit beyond space. And so, yeah, the X-Men's idea of mutant technology achieves its ultimate form in the Phoenix's godlike manifestation of every mutant, unifying their powers into claws that just can kill a god. And one of the Krakoan era's main focuses has been the idea that, this mutant technology, i.e. mutants combining their powers to do what none of the constituent heroes could do alone. The original example is Wolverine and Colossus fastball special attack, where Colossus throws Wolverine heights and distances that he could never do alone, that Wolverine could never cover by himself. And so, but the Krakoan era evolved this idea beyond, what seemed possible, with the most infamous and the most famous mutant circuit known as the Five. Which were essentially giving mutant kind immortality. These 5 mutants, if you combine their powers, they can resurrect any other mutant that dies. So basically, mutants were immortal in this Krakoan age, because if they died, Professor X would have their consciousness backed up on Cerebro and re-backed up every day or every minute or whatever, something like that. So it's constantly backing up every mutant's consciousness. So if they die, their whole body is resurrected and pops out of an egg at the same moment in their lifespan as they were in when they died. And they just are sort of reborn with their consciousness downloaded back into their brain. And so they wake up not remembering that they died or how they died, but they're like, what is all this egg yolk all over me? And then they just someone tells them what happened, and they're like, oh, okay. And that's it. So mutants were just pretty much, immortal. And so that capability is gone now, right? That was something that we knew it was too good to be true. We knew it wasn't going to last long. And nothing ever good lasts long for the mutants. If you're a fucking fan of the mutants, you've known this since the 60s, nothing ever lasts. Anytime they get something good, it's taken away from them. Every time. Anytime they get some sort of utopia or,
liberation.
Yeah, liberation or any type of leg up, they get it taken away, because that's the fucking theme. That's the theme. And so it was bittersweet. I knew that the Krakoa era would end, but I was super excited when it happened, because I was like, finally, the mutants are getting to live like the gods they fucking are amongst men. And it was nice while it lasted. But the reveal that most of the mutants of Krakoa will now live forever within this white hot room, safe and united, but cut off from Earth and their former lives, because at the end of the Krakoan era, Orcus comes and basically wipes out, a fucking large percentage of the mutants. And, the idea that the 5, the guys that could resurrect any mutant, that they embodied, that idea that they embodied achieves its ultimate form in the Phoenix's godlike manifestation of every mutant, unifying their powers into claws that can kill the god Enigma. And Jean's choice of claws, because she could have manifested it in any way. She just chose to manifest it as claws, as 3 claws, as a nod to her deep love for Logan, for Wolverine. who has traditionally been the one to strike the killing blow on on mutant kind's behalf. And so she did that as kind of an homage. And fans knew from the creators' hints that Jean Grey would play a major part in this closing chapter of the Krakoan era. We could tell, the fall of X, the title, indeed, Mark Brooks and Richard Isanova's promotional art shows Jean and Cyclops sitting on a throne with all their friends and allies around them. But not only does X-Men's ultimate form make good on that imagery, but it also sets up mutant kind's next chapter. So Jean saves mutant kind, sets up the new X-Men status quo. So the Krakoan age is over, but everything is nothing's fucking over. It's shit. It's going to continue, and X-Men number 35 is going to officially wrap up the Krakoan era on June 5th. And that'll be the end. And then there's a huge roster of writers and artists on there. And the peril of the story is concluded in the rise of the powers of 10 and the fall of the House of X, which both ended their runs this month. And then in July, it will be followed by a new era. And as the entire X-Men line is relaunched for From the Ashes. So Fall of X and all that shit. The Phoenix, From the Ashes. That's the next title, the next run, the next sort of era, the From the Ashes era. And the new creative teams, including the X Factor, X Force, Storm, Wolverine, Nyx, a couple of other titles. You got X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, Exceptional X-Men, acting as the three flagship X-Men titles from the From Ashes era. And I know a lot of us were worried that the From the Ashes would essentially revert the X-Men to their prior status quo, working out of Xavier's school in a world that hates and fears them as a secretive minority living amongst humans. Again, while some aspects of that do appear to be true, it's also clear that the stories are picking up threads left from the end of the Krakoan era. And that's beautiful, because normally when one era ends, they sort of fucking forget everything that was going on. In this case, they are going to continue some of that shit. The Phoenix series from Stephanie Phillips and Alessandro Mercado will see Jean become a cosmic hero thanks to her new power level as the Phoenix, and then Storm will defeat Nimrod, and that will parlay into her joining the Avengers in Avengers number 17. So Storm will now be an Avenger. Then it's likely that the future Marvel stories will find fertile ground in the Phoenix and the Enigma's battle through time. The godlike villain rewriting the timeline is the kind of event that creates paradoxes. So even if the Phoenix is set, most of the damage right, and also it is likely that fans will see, so shit still happened that still is going to affect shit. So we'll see the mutants will be left in the white hot room again, and then the nation of New Krakoa will be formed and must find a way to thrive in such a bizarre environment. So we'll see them doing whatever they do in the white hot room, in this plane of existence. Eventually, they're going to get back to Earth, right? We know that nothing in Marvel stays dead. So all these guys that died that are in the white hot room now, we'll see them fuck around in the white hot room, do what they do there, and then eventually somehow they'll get reinvigorated into life or some whatever. But some of the readers have felt that the execution of the Fall of X was a bit rushed, and a lot of these things do end up seeming rushed because the story is always better than the fucking result, right? The journey is always better than the fucking goal. So it feels like, oh man, it's already over. Oh, they rushed it. What else could they fucking do? Failing to capture the grandeur and the intricate planning and all that shit that was set up. I mean, it reminds me of Game of Thrones, and so the ideas behind the chapter do bring major themes of the epic story together. So, but hopefully they continue these themes and these lines. And so, mutant unity and villains beyond time and space, and, the meaningful progress of a nation where humans can be safe and prosperous with mutants or from mutants, and mutants have their own shit and are front and center, and basically, in a universe where the story never ends, rise of the powers of 10, and I think it does a good job of making the Krakoan project a lasting success. It's been 4 or 5 years. It's been 5 years.
Mm.
So yeah, it did its thing. It had its time, and X-Men may not get to live out their dream, and have their sovereign nation, but I never thought that shit was gonna last. It was too good to be true, and you know the hundreds of thousands of mutants of New Krakoa will have their turn. So and thanks, they'll all be thanks to the ability to come together and slay a seemingly unbeatable foe through the power of mutant solidarity, and big giant god claws.
Mm.
But they just don't make movies like this. It's just there's amazing shit like this. Comics are great. The stories are always dope. That's all they got to do, and that's the best part about the animated series. They take from the comics, so as long as they take from comics, we'll always be good. But yeah, Stu had to go fight crime, but yeah, that's that. Let me see what else. Ooh, Ghostface. Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's damn near 8:30.
It's almost thunderstorming over here, so it's crazy.
All right. I was watching this Ghostface interview.
Mm.
Where's all your clothes?
We watched that interview at the on Memorial Day on Monday, and
Word.
yeah, man, I looked back at it and like the audio is all fucked up. Like you couldn't really hear any of the music. I don't know, it was fucked up. But I was just fucking around anyway. It was just like Memorial Day. I just went live just to fuck off and like watch this interview. But they did a part 2. They just dropped this morning. But yeah, y'all, man, I'm finna get up and get with y'all Saturday, man. Y'all be good, be safe.
You do the same.
Yes, sir. And we'll see y'all, man. We'll see y'all back here Saturday, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. Slade Wilson and Marshall Warpath, Norrin Rad, BDBGP, everybody, man. Corey Adger, Cringer, my best friend. Everybody in the joint that didn't say nothing in the chat. Salute, peace. We thank you, man. Hit that like, and yes, sir. Hit us with that comment. All right, y'all, man. Be safe.
Have a good night, everyone. Be safe.
One. Peace.
Peace.